What's good, YouTube? It's Team Rocket. I got a couple things I want to talk about today, and also a deck profile for you guys. So the first thing is I have to give a shout out to somebody who's not Team Rocket. They're actually Team, not Team Rocket. This is their YouTube channel. Check them out. There's some guys from locals. They actually did pretty well at the last regionals that we went to. They were there, and I think that two of them got their invites. Ryan and Fake Ryan both got their invites, and there's kind of a funny bet. If you check out their channel, they'll kind of explain that to you on some of the videos they got. But they were playing some cool decks, battling boxers, constellars, some other things. Check out their channel, like I said. And then also, in honor of having a team not named after us, we're going to the next generation of Team Rocket playmats. So we're moving away from the Pokeball Ultra Ball mats to, yes, Rocket Raccoon playmats. So these are pretty cool. Anyway, I'll just get right to the deck profile, and also going along with the theme that we're working on here. This is my updated Raccoon deck. This is what I played at the regionals. I did pretty well. I was 4-1, and then proceeded to get OTK'd like 4 times. So that's kind of unfortunate, but I think the deck's really strong. I could probably use some tweaking in the side deck to prepare for some of the OTKs I'll face. But you know, just not drawing your side deck cards in those situations didn't help either. So I'll just get to it. Like I said, I think this is pretty strong. There's not a whole lot I would change from here. So I'll just get right to it. And if those of you who've seen my other video, I'm not going to talk about the combos nearly as much. Just some more of the theory, I guess. So you still have the 6 baby raccoons, the Pompokos and the Tantans. You have to play this. I mean, there's only 2 different baby raccoons, and if it's a raccoon deck, you kind of have to play all of them. They're just too good. So there's that. Sticking with the 2 Calentoses, you will always draw one of these because it's a bad card to draw, so it's always going to be in your hand. So you do have to have the second one to get your plays off. Then 1 Raikou, 1 Wind-Up Kitten, 1 Tree Otter, and 1 Elephant. These just round out the 2s, give you some more targets, and they're all pretty good. They all serve their own purpose. So yeah, that's it. 2 Jump Synchrons. It's just too good late game to be able to drop this, and a level 5 Synchro. You can even get into some of like 8s and 7s and some other things. Big one is just Armades is too good. I'll talk about some of the theory over this deck a little bit later. The Beast King Barbaros, it's really in there as a beater. You can tribute 3 to get it off, but you know, that's probably not a good idea. The one of Thunder King, because everybody's doing it, and for good reason. It's just too good. For the spells, 3 Obedient Schooled. Now, I'm not playing Upstart Goblins for 2 reasons. One, it's bad. I don't know why all of a sudden it's like a new thing, like people act like it's never been around before. But secondly, this deck is built to take advantage of people who play 3 Upstart Goblins. So this deck can make a Naturia Beast first turn for basically nothing. You just have to have this and a Beast in your hand, and that's it. And you'll get a Naturia Beast and a Sandaiyu out of it. And what the decks that have played the 3 Upstart Goblins have now done is give themselves 3 more dead cards against you. So if most decks play 10 spells, something around that area, maybe a few more, well, they're now playing 13, and those are all dead cards in their deck now, and they're not going to be able to use them because you went Naturia Beast and are going to beat them because of it. So this deck is really built perfectly right now to take advantage of the meta for a few reasons. One is that everybody's playing Upstart Goblins, and you can make Naturia Beast. Also, even if people aren't playing the Upstart Goblins, they will search their deck for cards. So I've got the Thunder King and 2 Mistakes in here. And then the final one is a lot of people seem to be thinking that Compulse is a bad card, and Compulse is one of the few outs to the Sandaiyu lock. So 3 things: the Upstart Goblin trend, everything searches, and people are for some reason dropping Compulse. So and everybody plays Bottomless. So and this deck isn't really affected by Bottomless as much as most decks. So I mean, there's kind of just the trends. I think this deck is really good fit for the meta currently. You have the 3 MSTs because the threat to this deck besides Compulse is Phoenix Chain. So you got to be able to get rid of those. Have those answers. 1 Book of Moon, 1 Dark Hole. That's it for the spells. I'm starting to think that this right here is the core of spells that every deck should play, and unless there is a engine to your deck that requires spells like 3 Tenkeys and a Tensu or something like that, that this is all you need. I don't think you need anything other than this. Some decks can play a Lance or 2 or some Tenkeys or something like that, but I really don't feel like you need anything else in the core of spells than those 5. On the traps, there's a bunch of traps. I played the 2 Mistake, 2 Mirror Force, 2 Burst or Birth. This is too good. 2 Fiendish Chains. And because MST and Dust Tornado are starting to become a thing, I put in 1 Breakthrough Skill instead of a 3rd Fiendish Chain. It can also stop stun monsters on my turn if I need to get a play off. And I'm also playing 1 Skill Prisoner. Skill Prisoner made the cut because of Mermails and Fire Fists being able to pop monsters before they flip face up. I need to get my Tan effects off, so Skill Prisoner protects from that. The cool thing about Skill Prisoner too is that if they summon a bear and try to blow it up, you can Skill Prisoner that. If you stop the attack and the Tantan's alive on your turn and you flip the Tantan, this is in your graveyard, so you can stop an Effect Veiler too. It just stops those effects that resolve off the field that target your monsters, or any card actually, so that is really good. Then you have Warning, Torrential, Compulse, Bottomless. These are the 4, if there's 5 spells that everybody has to play, these are 4 traps that everybody has to play. I mean, just do it. There's no reason not to. Like, people say Compulse is bad. It's not great in some matchups, but it's only 1 card in your main deck, and if it's bad in that matchup, you just side it out. So chances are you won't even see it game 1, and then if you don't need it games 2 and 3, you just take it out. It's not a problem. That's my deck right there. It's 38 cards. The problem I had was that my side deck, when I was building my side deck, was like 20 cards, and I couldn't figure out what to cut. So, and I noticed that my main deck only had like 38 cards that I felt like I needed. So I went ahead and main decked 2 side deck cards, Full House and Needle Sealing. These just steal game 1 from bad players, people who overextend because they think that, well, Heavy Storm's not a card, I'll do whatever I want. And then they go, oh yeah, Full House is a thing. And these are really effective game 1 because games 2 and 3, people start to expect them a little bit, especially the Full House. But if you could steal a game 1 with these and then side them out, your opponent's going to side against these, and you're already ahead of the game with that. Also with the Needle Sealing, if you summon a Ponpoko and set the Tantan, they're not going to be able to exceed summon the next turn because you can Needle Sealing and your Tantan survives because it's face down. So that's too good there. And then obviously with a Full House, once a Mistake or a Fiendish Chain has been used, it's kind of served its purpose, so you can use it to fulfill the requirement for Full House. So that's the main deck. It's 40 cards. 38 plus 2 side deck cards. Onto the extra deck, there's the 3 Ronin Raccoons, and then 1 more rank 2. I feel like you need another rank 2 just in case. Right now, this is just a placeholder because I didn't want to try and find a Gotchi or something. This should probably be a Daigusto Phoenix. Daigusto Phoenix is a really good card because there are some turns where you just, flip a Tantan, get the Kalantosa, destroy a monster on the field, and then what? Like, your only play then would be to make this and a token, you get 2,000 damage in. Or you can make a Phoenix and get 3,000 damage in and put pressure on your opponent with that. So I think that Daigusto Phoenix is the best spot for this one. Play 1 Downard. Basically because I side deck Devastation Virus, but it's also good because it makes your opponent's Fiendish Chains dead. If they Fiendish Chain a Sandaiyu, you just turn it into like a 25 or 2700 attack monster. And that's pretty good. It gets in there for some damage too. Also a deck devastation target. I ran this over Armory Arm. Plus being able to revive a Thunder King or a Wind Up Kitten is pretty good, especially late game. You can start to lean on people with a Ball Mug. So yeah, there's that. Then here's the 5s. You have the Catastor, the Naturia Beast, Frozen Fitzgerald, Junk Warrior. This doesn't really need to be in here because I'm not playing the Nimble Momonga build. My build's a little more consistent than that, so you don't have to rely on that one big play when you can pull it off. There's usually safer things to go into than him. One of them being Armades. Armades is way, way too good this format against Boojins or Mermails. That just puts in work. That's probably the best card. I I think that if you don't have an Armades, you might as well just not play the Junk Synchrons, because I go into this pretty much every time, and the Frozen Fitzgerald would be another Armades if I had one. It serves the same purpose, but Armades is definitely better. So Barkion puts in a lot of work, because just to make this card, you have to have at least 3 beasts to do it. So you're fueling the negations as well. You usually get at least 2 or 3 shots before they can run you out of cards in your graveyard, especially if it's early in the game. Late game, this is just a blowout card, so it's too good. 1 Black Rose. This is kind of in here from when I was playing a Mind Control, but you can still go into it. If you set a Tan, flip it up, get a monster after they destroy your Tan in battle. And then so you have a 2 on the field, and then you just summon a Junk Synchron, get a 2, and blow up the field. So basically, all it costs you is a Junk Synchron to Black Rose. That's pretty good. Scrap Dragon. This is too good, especially if you can get a Sandaiyu on the field that's with other beasts. You can target the Sandaiyu in their cards and get stuff that way. Leo. This is your other big combo. Is going into Leo and a huge token instead of Naturia Beast and Sandaiyu. You go with this Sandaiyu and a token. That's really good against certain decks like Mermails and Fire Fists. They have a hard time getting over that. As long as you can stop a 101. And with 101, you have 4 options to stop it. You have the Fiendish Chains, the Breakthrough Skills, or the Breakthrough Skill, and the Skill Prisoner. So you can protect Leo pretty well with those. These are just tokens. I don't have another 64. Okay, so that was the main deck. I'm going to the side deck here. Sorry for the jump in the video. My phone kind of freaked out. So I have the side deck. I have 2 Fossil Dynas. This is for those OTK decks that I got beat by, but in theory, if you draw this, it's good. I beat a Frog player, because once you get the monsters off the field, they can't do anything, because they can't special summon and tribute in the same turn. It's good against that and dragons, obviously. And in the mirror match, this just blows out people. You can't do anything. I play 2 Swords of Concealing Light because I don't know what to do against a Noble Knight player who opens a Noble Knight and 2 or 3 equips. I just lose to that. So these put them face down. That's pretty good. It also works against Bujins. So worthwhile card there. Yeah, Concealing Lights. 1 Twister. It's just good. It's effectively another MST. Get rid of those problem cards. Kaiser Coliseum and Skill Drain beat you, so you have to have the Twister. Dimensional Fissure, just those decks that it beats. Closed Forest, again. Other decks that play field spells and the mirror match, just having that little extra push gets there. 2 Debunks. I wish I had space for a 3rd one. I only have 2 in here right now. I'm actively trying to find another spot for this. This is too good against the Ghost Trick decks that are running around. Hand Traps. That Frog deck. I sided this in against the Frog player to try and get the title, but I ended up using it against Maxi and a Veiler. It just gets there. Debunk's too good. Dimensional Prisons. Extra hate for stuff like Dark World and Fire Kings. Also gets there for Mermails. Anything else you feel like you need extra removal for. 1 Overworked. It's good there too. Soul Drain, again, just beats those decks that it beats. Black Horn of Heaven. This is against Constellars. I did lose a Constellar player also, but this does work every time you draw it. I mean, you're getting one of their turns. You're basically getting a free turn, because they aren't going to be able to summon their Exceed. And then the last card, Deck Devastation Virus. A little bit of a story behind this. I activated this and went +6 on activation against a Yugioh player. This card single-handedly wrecks that deck. He had 4 machines on the field and 3 in his hand and no other cards. And it just ruined. I mean, the game is over on activation against a Yugioh player. So that's too good. It also does work against Ghost Tricks and some random decks, but mainly because the meta right now is Fire Fist, Bujins, Mermails, and Yugioh. When you can take out a quarter of the meta with 1 card, it's definitely worth it. I would even consider playing a second one because this is that good. And you actually have a lot of targets for it. You have the Downerd, the Catastor, the Underworld Fighter, and I guess that's it. But having 3 targets is enough when they're all very easy to go into. So that's it. I hope you guys enjoy the deck, the new mat. And like I said, check out not Team Rocket. Check out their YouTube channel. They're up and coming, and they've got some cool videos on there. So that's it. Thanks, guys. Bye.